Okay, so I have a really exciting announcement. If you follow me on social media, you probably already know this, but if you don't, you might not know that we are planning on moving into an RV. We bought a travel trailer a couple of months ago and we are moving into it full time. So if you are interested in finding out our plans to live in an RV, go ahead and keep watching and I'll tell you all about it. Hi, my name is Eileen. Welcome to my channel where I talk all about reselling, being an entrepreneur, working from home, and hopefully inspiring others to do the same. So it's funny, when we tell people this, there's like a range of responses, and most people are excited, a little confused as to why we want to live in like 250 square feet on wheels, but most people are hesitantly supportive. There are people that are outright confused, almost offended. I have had people be like, why would you do that? Living in a house is way better. Okay, well, that might be right for you, but we are excited and we're really grateful that we're able to have the opportunity to try out living on the road, living in an RV, and being able to travel the country with our family. But when we do tell people, we get a lot of questions. Why are you moving into an RV? How long are you gonna be living in it? Is it even safe to live in an RV? And the most common question, how are you going to afford to live? So before I go over the questions that people are asking us and kind of answer all of those, I want to kind of give you an overview of what we were thinking and why we came to this decision, I guess, and where we are now considering the stuff that's going on in the world. So right now it is May. We have been in quarantine, or I guess stay-at-home orders for 2 months now. We were actually supposed to rewind. So at the beginning of this year, I just decided, let's just do this. We had been thinking about it for a long time. We want to travel. We went on that road trip back in August. I will link to my personal channel below if you want to see kind of like vlog style videos from our road trip back in August, where we drove from California to Massachusetts and back. We took about 6 weeks to do it and we loved it, and we thought that when we got home we would be so over it and so over being in the car, but we literally got home and wanted to leave again immediately. So at the beginning of, I think it was the beginning of this year, or maybe the very end of last year, I don't know. I was just like, let's just do it. Let's just commit to doing it. There's not gonna be any better time. We can keep on waiting for the perfect time to do it, and we're gonna be like 65 years old, and I wanna do it now. I wanna do it with our kids, and I just wanna do it now, so why not? So we started trying to figure out the finances. That's like the main thing that we've been worried about this whole time, is how are we going to afford to do this? Our main source of income is reselling, and we have an entire garage full of stuff that we sell. And obviously we can't bring that with us when we're living in a space that's smaller than that garage. So we started kind of slowly starting to work on our other income streams and putting a little bit more focus into those. But our main idea was to get a work camping job. And basically what a work camping job is where you work, they provide your RV spot and pay. So my husband was gonna get a work camping job and I was gonna work from home in the RV, and we were just gonna do it that way and see how it went. So that was our plan. My husband got a job. We were supposed to leave end of April, and then the pandemic happened. And now the campground that we're supposed to be at, we were actually supposed to be at weeks ago, is temporarily closed, and we have no idea when it's gonna open. So we've just kind of been in limbo for the last 2 months, basically. We started March, super excited and ready to start purging all of our stuff and move into this RV, and now we can't. So we're just kind of in limbo. We've kind of decluttered. It's hard to get ready when you don't really know what's happening exactly. So yeah, it's not fun being in limbo, but we're doing what we can, and we'll see where we are at the end of the month, and if we need to reevaluate and get a different job in a different state that is more open, or if we want to wait around. So now let's get into the questions that people have been asking. All right, so a lot of people want to know, why do we want to live in an RV? We do live in this awesome house. My sister lives not very far away, but we want to travel. We want to do other stuff. We don't want to just hang out in this house. I mean, we've been thinking about leaving California for a long time, and the only reason we're still here is because of family, but I want to try going on the road, being away from family, and see how we do. And while we're on the road, we can also explore all the other places that we want to live, instead of just picking up and moving to whatever state or city. We can go spend some time in several places that we're interested in and hopefully pick somewhere where we're going to settle down or decide that we hate all of them and come back to California. But either way, it kind of gives us some more flexibility to be near family part of the year. We can always come back for the holidays and then pick up and leave again for a couple of months and come back every couple of months if we feel like it. And it's just a little bit easier for me because I'm pretty attached to my family and we spend a lot of time together. Being away from family is super hard for me, so having an RV and being able to come back for a couple of weeks or months at a time makes it a lot easier for me to commit to leaving. And I think it's just gonna be fun. We're gonna be able to explore the United States. So a lot of people are asking how long we plan on living in the RV. There are no plans. We could start this job in a month and be done at the end of September, which is when it's supposed to end, and hate it and come home. Or we could do it for 5 or 10 years. I have no idea. I have no plan. I'm hoping we stick to it for at least a year to see how it is. I really would like to travel more. Our plan was not to be stationary for several months like we are going to be with this job. The job was supposed to be May through the end of September. The only reason we took a job like that was because we wanted to be kind of close to home, since it's still in California, but about 5 hours away from home. We wanted to be kind of close to home, and we also wanted to kind of get accustomed to being in the RV while still making an income before we started to rely on my income, our online income. We wanted to have that regular paycheck to get used to that cost of living in an RV, because we weren't really sure. We could estimate, but we weren't really sure how much money we'd be spending every month, and it just seemed easier to take a couple of months, live in it somewhere stationary but a little bit further away from home, and kind of do that as a trial to get used to it before we started moving around. So the next question is, of course, how do we make money, or how will we make money while living in an RV? And I've kind of touched on this a little bit. My husband is taking a work camping job, and we plan on doing that to begin with. And then hopefully I can grow our online businesses, which is this YouTube channel and my blog, and I have digital downloads and a course. And I'm also taking on some writing, freelance writing gigs. So if we can get to the point where our online income is covering all of our bills and we are able to live off of that, then we can travel more. That way we won't have to commit to working a few months at a time at RV parks and campgrounds, and maybe we can move every couple of weeks instead of moving every few months. But it honestly just depends. He can take these jobs as needed and we can travel the rest of the time. The great thing is it's pretty flexible, so we can kind of play by ear and see what we need to do. So what about the kids and the pets? They're obviously coming with us. We're not leaving our kids or our pets behind. We have 2 kids. We have my son, who is 5, my daughter, who is 2. We have our dog that we just got in November, who is probably gonna be 1 in a couple of months. So she's not quite 1 yet, but she's actually pretty chill for a puppy. But she is large, she's like 70 pounds. And then we have 4 cats. Ideally, I wouldn't have to bring the 4 cats because I feel like they're gonna be the hardest to please on the road. We've been having some marking issues in the house. I'm hoping we don't have that problem in the trailer, but we're gonna have to just see how it goes. And if it's the worst thing ever, we can always just come home. But we do have 4 cats. 3 of them are brothers, and they are about 13 years old. And then I have a younger cat who is probably 8. I don't honestly remember. But so we are bringing 2 kids, 1 dog, and 4 cats. We're all gonna be living in there together. But because we are going to be camping and we love being outdoors, the idea is that we are not gonna be in our travel trailer at all times. The plan is to be there basically to sleep and be inside when we want to, but we're going to have outside space wherever we are at. And then we're also going to be doing lots of outside activities and just exploring. So that's really the point. It's not really so that we can be cooped up in this little trailer all day, every day. So really it's just the cats that'll be stuck in there, but they don't do much anyway. All they do is sleep. So I think they might be okay. And a lot of people are asking, where are you gonna put all your stuff? And that's a good question. I'm super interested to see how we're going to be able to fit everything in the trailer. We are pretty good at minimizing and downsizing and not having a lot of stuff, but we do have a lot of stuff. We live in a pretty big house right now, and there's a lot. Luckily, I'm able to keep a lot of stuff at the house because it is my mom's house. But we are going to have to still have enough stuff for all of us to live, clothes, lots of food in this tiny pantry that we have in the trailer, and just all this stuff. So we are going to downsize a lot, but we'll make it work. Now, do we already have an RV? Yes, we do. I keep saying RV, but it's a trailer, recreational vehicle trailer. I'll use those interchangeably, but we're talking about our travel trailer. We have a travel trailer that will be pulling behind our SUV, and we bought it back in March, right before the lockdown, like literally a couple days before the stay-at-home orders probably. And we have had it ever since. We've kind of been prepping it, but since we are still living in our house, we haven't really loaded it up or anything. We just we'll hang out in there once in a while, just to kind of get used to it, and we'll bring the dog in so she gets used to it. So we do have it, and we are anxious to move into it, which we can hopefully do soon. Now, if you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that I mostly talk about reselling. So a lot of people are interested to know if we're going to be continuing reselling. And the answer is yes, we will be hopefully reselling on the road as well, but it will be at a much smaller scale. I will still be reselling, but I don't know exactly what or how it's going to work. I will probably be utilizing Amazon and ThreadUp a lot more because I can send those items in and not store them in our travel trailer. But I do think I will have some items on eBay or Poshmark or Mercari, depending on the item. I think I will be sourcing a little bit and just keeping a small handful of stuff. I'm just gonna have to be a lot pickier about the items that we pick up and only have a small amount of inventory, but I do plan on reselling. It is something that I love to do. And how am I supposed to teach you guys how to resell if I'm not doing it too? So it's something that we're going to do, but it's definitely going to be more of a side business at this point rather than our entire income. And the last question is, will I still be doing YouTube? And yes, I will definitely still be doing YouTube. I will be doing lots of YouTube. That is something that I can easily do from the road because I can record videos and upload them pretty easily. And while I won't be reselling as much, I will still be an entrepreneur. I will still be self-employed. So I will talk about all the different ways we'll be making money rather than just reselling. So hopefully you will find that interesting as well, and you'll stick around for that. But then also I do plan on posting lots of videos on my personal channel, which you can find down below, about all of our RV adventures and all that kind of stuff, just for kind of memories and if anybody else wants to check them out. So that's everything I wanted to kind of tell you about our plans. I kind of wanted to make a formal video and talk to you about this because in future videos I'm going to kind of step away from reselling for a while, at least until we are settled in our travel trailer. I'm not going to be sourcing or anything like that because we don't have room for it, and I don't want to bring it with us until we're kind of settled in, or I don't want to have inventory with us until we're kind of settled in, and then once we're settled, I can go sourcing and we can start reselling again. But right now we're focused on downsizing, moving, and building up our other streams of income that don't require any physical products. So I did just want to make this formal video so that you guys had an idea of what's going on and why there's kind of going to be a small shift in content. I'm definitely going to still talk reselling, but I'm going to talk about a lot of other stuff as well. Now, I do want to hear from you. Will you be interested in other work from home or online business content? There are so many other ways to make money from home other than reselling, and I utilize a lot of them, but I have focused this channel on reselling. But I would like to open it up to other forms of making money from home because there are so many other ways you can do it, and reselling might not work for everybody. So if you're interested in hearing more about other ways to make money from home, go ahead and comment down below if you're up for hearing that kind of stuff and not just reselling. And if you have any other questions for me, go ahead and leave those in the comments below as well, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Thanks, bye.